Okay guys, tara mag-solve tayo ng mga ilan-ilang items, no? Okay, mga ilan-ilan lang yung iba dito, bigyan na lang po natin yung yung mga answer keys and solutions, no? Para may self-test din kayo, no? Tapos kunyari, sagutan nyo lang, as using the concepts above, try nyo i-apply doon sa ating, no? Sa ating napag-aralan kanina, no? Siyempre, yung iba dito, yung discussion, unti-unti na lang natin sa mga multiple choice questions, no? So, magsagot tayo ng mga 10. Tapos, dami na ito no? So, tayo ng mga 10, tapos sagutan natin siya randomly using the concept above. The number 1, alin daw dito ang false? The transfer tax is, mali ang hinahanap Tama ba ang transfer tax ay imposed on gratuitous transfers? Yes. Gratuitous or lucrative transfer. Tama to. Ang hinahanap, mali. Dalaw ba ang uri ng transfer tax? Estate tax and donors tax? The answer is yes, no? Inter vivo ay mortis causa inter vivos. Tama ba ang transfer tax ay classified as national tax? Yes, kasi nga binabayaran po kay Bureau of Internal Revenue. Okay? So, ang sagot, walang mali. O, di ba? Ang dali lang. O, skip natin yung ibang numbers, no? Again, yung iba dito, self-test. Bigyan na lang namin kayo ng answer key. Then, try nyo. I mean, bago nyo check yung answer key, check nyo muna yung kung talagang naintindihan nyo, no? Sagutan nyo on your own, tapos pag silip-silip, muli ako, ba't kaya? Ganon, no? Next, number 1, number 3. The tax imposed on the right to transmit property at death is known as sus, napakadali. No brainer. Letter dog. Next, number 5. A sale is a form of transfer transaction that requires payment of transfer tax. Transfer tax tapos sale. Diba ang transfer tax ay para sa gratuitous transfer? Ang sale, onerous to O mali agad kasi pag onerous, hindi transfer tax. Either income tax or business tax. So false ito. Statement 2, transfer tax accrues at the time of transfer of the decedent's properties or rights of the... Ang transfer tax ba, ang estate tax na inaral natin kanina, nag-accrue pag na-transfer na yung rights sa mga heirs? Hindi The moment at the date of death of decedent. So false ulit. Kaya ang sagot dito, both are incorrect. O di ba, dali lang. Walang ka-challenge. Okay? Nix, number 7. Mortis causa transfer of property is affected by, say natin, is it affected when the property is received by the heir? I don't think so. Alam mo na ito Actually, hindi ko napahabain ito, no? Kailan nagkakaroon ng mortis causa transfer? Wala lang iba pa. It accrues the moment the death of the decedent. Upon the death of the decedent. It's dog. On number 9, speaking of, sakto, di-discuss na natin to. Standard deduction. Standard deduction is part of special deduction. Okay? At ang ating acronym of special deduction ay AFS. AFS stands for what? Amounts received under RA 4917 or yung retirement benefit as a result of death, family home, and standard deduction. Okay, mali dito magkaiba ang special sa standard. Ang standard part lang ng special, ang special malawak, no? O ang discussion niyan nasa taas, akit tayo. Diba? Akitin natin yan para walang una, amounts received under RA 4917, which is na-consider na natin kanina yun Ayan, no? RA 49, nasan na yun? Akit tayo ng konti O yan, no? Amounts received under RA 4917 is entitled an act providing the retirement benefit of employees of private firms shall not be subject to any tax whatsoever. O di ba nakalagay na any tax? The amount received by heirs as a consequence of death. O take note, dapat na-receive ang retirement benefit as a result of death or as a consequence of death is included in the gross estate. O part mo na siya ng gross estate, pero the above is also allowed as deduction from the gross estate. No? So parang plus minus lang siya, pero hindi siya pinag-offset. No? Okay? Amounts received under RA 4917. Next, F. Ano po yung F? Family home. Family home is constituted jointly by the husband and wife or by an unmarried head of the family. Tandaan na, ang pwedeng mag-claim ng family home, pwedeng husband and wife or the unmarried head of the family. Head of the family. Pag sinabing head of the family, sa'yo nakadepende lahat ng tao para ang breadwinner, di ba? Ang dami nakatira sa'yo. Kumbaga, ikaw yung principal nila, sponsor, parang ganon. Lahat nakadepende sa'yo. Dapat unmarried pa. Pag married, husband and wife, pag single, unmarried head of the family, no? Is the dwelling house where their family reside and the land on which it is situated, no? Anong rule sa family home? Part muna siya ng gross estate at the first place. At magkano ang amount ng part ng gross estate? The whole amount. Tandaan na pag gross estate, from the word itself, gross. Wala pang binabawas ni magkano. Okay? The family home must be the actual residential home of the decedent and his family as certified by the barangay captain. Ito yung pinakamahalagang word dyan, no? Certified by the barangay captain. Kasi alam nyo ba mga kapatid, may mga taong maraming bahay. Pag maraming pera, maraming bahay. Diskaya and others, di ba? Ayaw ko na magbanggit ng ibang politiko kasi masasaktan lang ako eh. Imagine niyo tayo ilang years bago magkaroon ng bahay, tapos ikaw. Imagine mo ikaw, ilang years ka na nag-work, tapos makabili ng sarili ng bahay, di ka makabili, di ba? Unfair ng buhay. Pag gumalabang ka ng patas, grabe, no? Parang mas ikaw pa yung naiipit. No? Pero alam nyo guys, maturity hits, malalaman nyo na rin yan. No? Malalaman nyo, digital ang karma ngayon guys. Tingnan nyo, nasa na ba yung mga tao ngayon na binabanggit ko? Kaisa-isa na sila, di ba? So tandaan nyo guys, okay mag-alala kung sa tingin yung sobra kayo nadidefraud kapag lumalabang kayo ng patas. Ganyan na ganyan din ako ng bata. No? Alam mo ba ng bata ko, ingit na ingit ako kasi ng bata ako, lagi honor student. Tapos, pag honor student, dati ng bata ko, adik na adik ako sa Pokemon. Gusto ko ng Game Boy. Ba't ganun yung kaibigan ko? Hindi naman honor student yun. Wala nga sa top 10 yun eh. May Game Boy. Tapos ako, top 1, top 2, di ako nalo sa top 1 to top 3 nung elementary. Wala mo na ako Game Boy. Lagi mo pinapangakuha ng Game Boy. Yan pala, may purpose. No? I mean, nakakatawa talaga pag mga bata ang immature natin. No? Pero maturity hits, lahat yan tatawanan nyo in the future. No? I mean, nabanggit ko lang. Kasi nga, family home, maraming bahay. No? Pag maraming bahay ang iyong magulang, syempre, dapat yung isa lang po ang pwede niyang i-claim na family home. Yun yung certified by the barangay captain of the locality. Pangalawa, kakabanggit ko lang, the total value of the family home must be included in the gross estate. Total, not reduced by any mortgages. Halimbawa lang, yung bahay mo worth 20 million, may sangla pa yon, may unpaid mortgage ba yon, worth 10 million. So dapat ba 10 million na lang? No, 20 million pa din. Yung 10 million, separate yan as part ng unpaid mortgage. Okay? Walang offsetting dito. The allowable deduction must be an amount equivalent to the current fair market value as declared in the gross estate or 10 million, whichever is lower. Oh, so maximum 10 million, no? Halimbawa lang, example tayo. May family home ka. Kunyari, unmarried head of the family, worth 30 million. Part ng gross estate mo, 30 million. Magkano part ng special deduction mo under family home? Up to 10 million lang. Okay? Paano kung may family home ka, hindi ka na unmarried head of the family? Married ka na, husband and wife, 30 million, part ng gross estate mo. Magkano magiging part ng special deduction? Diba? Magkano ang max? 10M. Magkano ba ang allowed? Ayan mo ng limit. Sorry, hindi limit. Magkano ang share mo dyan? Since yan ay married ka na, di ba? So 15 million. Diba? 15 million. Max 10M, 15 million, whichever is lower. Whichever is lower. Hindi hanggang 10 million lang ulit. Mas maintindihan yan pag solve tayo ng problem later on. No? Okay? So ayan ang amount deductible. Nakalagay naman na dito. Pag exclusive property, the whole amount. Pag conjugal property, 1/2 of the value. Pag partly exclusive, partly conjugal, edi pag exclusive, full. Pag conjugal, yung 1/2. Di ba napakadali lang? Family home. And syempre, yung pinakamaganda, nabanggit ko na kanina, standard deduction na wala nang requirement, absolute deduction of all time. Wala ka nang need patunayan, di ba? Ang dito, basta namatay, pwede mag-claim 5 million or 500,000. 5 million kapag taxable worldwide, gaya ng resident or citizen, 500,000 pag non-resident alien. Okay? Ayan, nabanggit ko na rin kanina, RA 4917, di ba? So balikan natin dito. Magkano ang pwedeng i-claim na standard deduction? 5M or 500,000? Tandaan, 5M kapag taxable worldwide. Si non-resident alien ba taxable worldwide? Within lang yan. So 500,000 lang yan. Okay? Next, try natin number 11. Ito, maganda. Ito medyo ano to. Tawag dito, challenging part. Statement 1. Under the ECP or the ACOP. ACOP babanggitin ko pero ECP nakalagay. Pero pareho lang yan. Kakatamad lang pag ECP, tatlong ano yun. ACOP. Under the ACOP. Alahas na gagamitin ng asawa ay pagmamayari ng mag-asawa. Again ang alahas na gagamitin ni Mrs. ay pagmamayari ng asawa. Balikan ng ACOP, para mas maganda, balikan natin mismo yung notes natin. Baka sabihin mo, nagboboyo-boyo lang tayo eh. ACOP. Ito pala ACOP. Nasaan ang jewelry dyan? Diba? Diba sir, sa ACOP, kung sino gumagamit siya, exclusive property niya yun? Oo, ayun no. Property for personal and exclusive use is exclusive of the husband or wife. Ang jewelry ay exception to the exception. Bakit? Jewelry shall form part of the community property. Therefore, are we right to say that the number 11, statement 1 is true? The answer is true. Jewelry is exception to the exception under the ACOP. Kahit si Mrs. ang gumagamit yan, since yan ay alahas, kahit nga pera lang ni Mrs. ang ginamit dyan eh, basta alahas, pagmamayari ng mag-asawa. Easy. Statement 2, under ACOP and SIPOG. Ito na, tinatanong, parehong property regime. Ang jewelry daw, alahas na naman, na minana or dinonate to either spouse during marriage is exclusive property of the spouse. May madami na, may jewelry pa. Question, ano ang mananaig? Jewelry o madami? Ang sagot, kung ano yung una sa listahan sa taas. Ano ba yung nasa taas na listahan? Balikan ulit natin. Kaya nga kanina, kung papanoorin yung recorded video, in-emphasize ko na ang biniling alahas during marriage, sa inyo yan. Pero pag yan ay part ng madami, ano ba ang nasa una sa listahan? Di madami. Ibig sabihin, kung alahas yan, pero yan ay madami, anong mananaig? Madami. Ibig sabihin, kahit alahas pa yan, sorry, that is part of exclusive property. Question? Anong tamang sagot? True or false? Ang sagot ay true. Kasi under ACOP and SIPOG, parehong may madami. Ano nga ulit yung madami? Minana, dinonate during marriage, exclusive property. Tandaan ulit. Yung A, hindi kasi dito. Sir, bakit sa A? But common siya. Bakit sa B? Naging exclusive siya bigla. But sa statement 1, sinabi na common siya. Sa statement 2, bakit exclusive siya? Sa statement 1, wala namang binanggit na minana or dinonate siya during marriage. Ito yung assumption, binili. Ang assumption, binili. Kung binili yung alahas at ginagamit ng asawa ni Mrs., sa inyo yan. Common yan. Pero kung yan ay minana dinonate during marriage, kahit alahas pa yan, hindi minana dinonate during marriage, exclusive yan. Okay, so true statement ang statement number 2. Liwanag? Okay? Di ba, bagong combo, no? Nakakalito, no? Sir, alahas, common. Kaso nga lang, minana dinonate during marriage siya. So, exclusive siya. Ano mananaid? Yung common niya or yung madami? Hindi yung madami kasi yun yung unang binanggit. At saka isa pa, ang binanggit sa word sa unang-una, properties. Whether personal or real property kasi yan. Di ba? Mas matimbang yun. Okay? Kasi ang assumption sa pangalawa, properties used, ginamit yon or binili yon during marriage. No? Statement 3, under ACOP. Alahas na naman. ACOP alahas. ACOP alahas, binili ni wife during marriage. Binili. Using the money inherited from her mother during marriage. Isa-isayin natin. Paano napunta? Paano ka nakabili ng alahas? Paano nakabili ng alahas si Mrs.? Binigyan siya ng nanay niya ng pera nung kinasal sila. Unahin natin. Pera muna bago singsing. Kanino galing ang pera? Sa nanay. Anong treatment sa magulang? Magulang tuloy. Anong treatment sa pera? Very good ka dyan. Kasi ang pera ay inherited, minana during marriage. Ang money ay exclusive. So, the fruit follows the principal. Kung exclusive ang money, edi exclusive din dapat ang jewelry under ACP. Tama ba? Mali pa din. Kasi di ba tandaan nyo, hindi yung the fruit follows the principal. Mali ka ha. Kasi jewelry to. Anong rule sa jewelry? Sa ACP, sa AKOP. Di ba? Properties for personal and exclusive use. Exclusive use is exclusive. Diyan na papasok yung exception to the exception. Bakit? Ang jewelry, basta binili at hindi minana-donate during marriage, yan ay common property po dapat. Kaya false yan. Again, to reiterate, tandaan, kung to ay sipog, maniniwala akong tama yan. Bakit? Pera ko yan eh. E di akin yan. Kasi sa sipog, money rules. Exclusive ang pera, e di kahit na ginagamit pa yan ng kahit sino, kung pera ko yan, akin yan. Diba? Exclusive money, exclusive property. Under sipog. But under AKOB, kung kahit sinong bumili niyan, kung iba ang gumagamit, siyang may-ari, except jewelry. So ang jewelry, again, is common property. And last but not the least, of course na, true, false, under AKOP, jewelry inherited by wife. Uy, minana, dinonate. Uy, kung during marriage siya na exclusive eh. Eh before marriage to, aray ko. Di false na ito. Kasi di ba under AKOP, properties before and after marriage, except papasok doon sa exception. Ano yung mga exemption ng AKOP? Madami, fruit follows property. Tawag dito, yung properties na may legitimate descendant, tsaka yung personal exclusive use. Eh wala naman siya dyan eh. Wala siya sa exception. And therefore, common pa rin dapat siya. Kaya ang sagot po ay true, false, letter Charlie. O di ba? Napakadali ng buhay. Papractice na lang po mga kapatid. Papractice na lang. Papractice. Kaya na bala dyan. Okay, balikan mo lang ulit yung mga rule. Jewelry, basta binili. Basta hindi, kung ang jewelry ay binili ng aking misis under AKOP, pero ginagamit niya, amin pa rin yan. Pero kung yan ay under sipog, sa sipog, di ba, money rules? Hindi kung pera niya yun, sa kanya yun. Kung pera namin yan, amin yun, kaya siya gumagamit, di ba? Balikan mo lang, may mga recorded video tayo. Next, number 13. Alin daw dito ang mali? Incorrect statement sa number 13. To make it short, hindi natin pahabain pa. Number 13 is letter dog. The power of the decedent, transfer to revoke terms may be exercised just once. Hindi Tandaan mo, kung ikaw ang may-ari ng property na yan, you can exercise, you can revoke it as many times as you want. Kasi ikaw na may property, ikaw may full disposition yan eh. Hindi lang once. It can be revoked as many times as you can. Okay? Number 15, to prevent undue avoidance of tax. Inter vivos disposition. In contempt, di ba? Inter vivos, pareho bang buhay? Buhay pa ako, pero kino-contemplate ko nang mamamatay ako. Ano kayong tax ang mananaig? Donor's tax kasi inter vivos o mortis causa kasi in contemplation of death? In contemplation of death, excise tayo, estate tax to letter dog. 17. Statement 1. A special power of appointment authorizes the donee of the power to appoint only from among a designated class of group other than himself. Ang sagot po sa 17, statement 1 is true. Ano pinagkaiba ng SPA sa GPA? SPA, Special Power of Appointment. Ganito yan. Si X mamamatay. Binigay niya ay property yung Y. Pero bago mamatay si X, sinabi niya si Y. Y, pag ikaw naman yung namatay, ibibigay mo lang yan kay A, kay B, kay C. Bawal na kay D, E, F. Kumbaga, binigyan lang siya ng special designated class or group na pagbibigyan niya. Ang tawag yan, special power of appointment. Question, kung mamatay si Y, isasama ba ni Y yung property na binigay sa kanya ni X? Ang sagot hindi. Kasi tandaan mo, pag nilimitahan ka lang sa pagtatransfer ng property, hindi ikaw ang may-ari niyan. You are just a mere trustee. Kasi di ba kung ikaw may-ari niyan, kahit kanino mo pwede mong ibigay yan eh. Ba't ka nililimitahan ng mga taong yan, di ba? Pag nilimitahan ka yan, ibig sabihin, hindi sa'yo yan, trustee ka lang. Oh, hindi ka owner. Trustee ka lang. Kung owner ka, gaya ng GPA, di ba sa GPA kasi, you can transfer it to anyone. Yun, pag GPA, transfers under GPA, taxable transfer, part ng gross estate. Pero under SPA, sorry po, trustee ka lang, hindi yan kasama. So statement 1 is true. No? To appoint only from the designated class or group. The donee decedent of a SPA only holds the property in trust. Tama naman, trustee lang siya. Hence, the property shall form part of. Mali ito. Kung trust ka lang, edi hindi sa'yo yung property. Bakit mo isasama yung property na hinawakan lang sa'yo? Hindi naman pala ikaw may-ari niyan. False po ito. It must not form part of the donee decedent's gross estate. So only statement 1 is correct. Okay? Number 19, which of the following is incorrect? Number 19 na tayo. Ano nang mali dyan? Hindi natin papahabain pa. Number 19 is letter C. Bakit? The appointed property under GPA is not includable in the gross estate. Ang sagot po dapat, hindi not includable, kundi includable. Kasi nga pag under GPA, you have the full disposal of the property. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka na, you are not a mere trustee. You are the owner na of the property. And since you are the owner of the property, it is right and just that it must be part of your gross estate. Okay, so letter C is our incorrect. Kasi dapat includable. Konti na lang, 21. Aguinaldo devised in his will a piece of land. Naked title to Bonifacio. Naked title, no? Ibig sabihin, eventually siya magiging may-ari, no? Hindi pa clean, naked pa yung title, no? And usufruct to Rizal. As long as Rizal lives, therefore to Bonifacio, no? Kung baga ganito, Aguinaldo, Rizal. Si Rizal gagamitin at ita-transfer kay Bonifacio. Dalawang lipat, isa, dalawa. Aguinaldo to Rizal, Rizal gagamitin na ng ilang taon, after ng ilang taon, transfer na kay Bonifacio. The transfer from Aguinaldo to Bonifacio and Rizal is subject to estate tax, but the merger of the usufruct and the naked title to Bonifacio upon death of Rizal is exempt. The answer is true. Kasi ganito yan. Yan ko na kayo ng matinding example. Ang sabi ko kasi kanina dito, common sense lang to. Kung sa'yo yan at namatay ka, part yan ng gross estate mo. Si A namatay, tinatransfer kay R. Part ba yan ng gross estate ni A? Malamang kasi siya may-ari niyan. So check, ibig sabihin yung transfer ni A kay R, subject sa estate tax. Yung pag namatay si R, nilipat kay B, is that subject to estate tax? Ang sagot hindi. Bakit? Si R ba may-ari niyan? Usufruct lang siya. Kaya nga may tinatawag na merger of the usufruct in the owner of naked title. Diba? Hinawakan lang ni R yan, pero di sa kanya yan. Nasa kanyang possession, pero di sa kanya ang naked title. Di sa kanya ang ownership kay B. Okay? So yung transfer ni R kay B, yan ay not subject to estate tax. Okay? So dalawang transfer. Again common sense. Ba't hindi ulit kasama, hindi part ng estate tax yung R to B? Kasi hindi naman kay R yung property. Pinapagamit lang sa kanya. Diba? Usufruct lang siya. Nasa kanya ba ang title? Wala. Ang naked title na kay Bonifacio. Okay? So ang sagot mo dito ay true. Statement 2. Erap devised in his will a real property to his brother Fidel, who is entrusted with the obligation to preserve and transmit the property to JDB. Okay, ito ulit. Erap, Fidel, JDV. Okay, si Erap daw, mag-transfer ng real property kay Fidel. Ang gagawin lang daw ni Fidel ay ipe-preserve. Gagamitin lang. So the transfer from Fidel to JDB is subject to estate tax. Parang ito lang din yan eh. Ang question, si Fidel ba may-ari ng property? Hindi. Usufruct lang din siya. Hindi yung sagot, false to. Not subject dapat. So only statement 1 is correct. 21 is alpha. Skip ulit. 23. Which of the following transfers is not included in the gross estate? Maliwanag na maliwanag. Ang sagot sa number 23 is dog. Because transfer for adequate and full consideration. Adequate and full consideration eh. Ibig sabihin, walang tinatagong walang underground transaction. Ibig sabihin, this is a bona fide sale. Kapag ang transaction ay bona fide sale, that is not subject to gratuitous tax or transfer tax. Hence, it is subject to onerous tax. Ano yung mga onerous tax? Either income tax or business tax. Kasi ang sinasama lang sa gross estate, yung mga insufficient consideration. Ito kasama, ito hindi. 25. Mr. A died leaving his only asset farmland. Namatay si A, ito-transfer daw niya to kay B, pero gagamitin ni C. Ganun ulit. Si A, transfer kay C for ilang years daw? 10 years. O gamitin mo for 10 years ha. After 10 years, lipat mo na kay B. Ang nangyari, namatay si A, nilipat kay C. Nung namatay ba si A, nung tinransfer kay C, part yan ng gross estate ni A? Yes. Kung part yan ng gross estate ni A kasi siya may-ari niyan, subject sa estate tax? Yes. Si C, sabi dito, on the 7th year, si C, namatay at sinurrender yung right kay B. Ang tanong, part ba ng gross estate ni C? Hindi. Bakit siya ba may-ari niyan? Use of right lang ulit siya. Ang totoo may-ari niyan, si B in the future, sa kanyang naked title. Anong tawag ulit dyan? The merger of the use of right. The merge of the use of right in the owner of naked title. So ang sagot po ay letter dog. 27. Skip tayo ha. Which is subject to transfer tax, is gratuitous tax, yes. Onerous, income tax and business tax yan. Complex transfer, this is another term for transfer for insufficient consideration wherein you sold the fair market value is greater than the selling price. Or to make it simple, kaya transfer for insufficient consideration yung term kasi mas mababa yung selling price sa fair market value. And again, to highlight, not applicable to real property sold as capital asset kasi yan ay 6% CGT. Automatic. So ang sagot, may transfer tax pa on complex transfer? Ang sagot meron. Yung sagot ay both A and C. Diba? At ano yung magiging part ng TFIC dito? The difference between the fair market value and the selling price. 2 million to, 1 million to, hindi magiging part ng TFIC, hindi yung 1 million na difference. 29. A property is transferred for less than full adequate consideration when it is sold. A transfer is transferred for less than full consideration when it is sold. Is it at the fair value? Hindi. It should be below the fair market value. Kaya nga, insufficient consideration. Selling price is less than the fair market value. B. 31. Transfer for full adequate consideration. Ito na yung bona fide sale. Bona fide is income tax. Transfer tax, malabo kasi full eh. Kung inadequate yan, pwede. So A is our answer. Ano rin pwede maging sagot dito? Business tax, if applicable. No? 33. The transfer for adequate consideration is adequate. Hindi inadequate. Kung inadequate, transfer tax. Inadequate. Di letter, anong sagot dito? Exempt from income tax. Tama. Joke lang. Kasi adequate consideration, hindi exempt. Dapat nga subject eh. Subject to income tax dapat, hindi exempt. Subject to transfer tax, mali din. Di mali na yung BNC. Ang sagot dito ay letter A, exempt from transfer tax. Kasi adequate eh. Kung inadequate, pwede. Kung adequate na yan, edi onerous transfer na yan, which is a bona fide sale. Income tax, check. Business tax, if applicable. 35. Who is the taxpayers in the donor's tax? Medyo advanced, no? Donor's tax, sino ang taxpayer dito? From the word itself, donor. A. 37, which is not a rationalization of transfer tax. So ano daw yung dahilan ba't tayo nag-transfer tax? Ang sagot, lahat yan, rationalization. Which is not, no? Ang sagot ay none of the above kasi lahat yan, rationalization. All of this is a naturalization. Actually, dog pala dapat. Not. None of the above nga. Kasi lahat yan rationalization. At 39, isang rationalization, no? Transfers can be structured in such a way to avoid payment of income tax. Ito na. Ito na yung dahilan bakit may transfer for insufficient consideration. Kaya yung gratuitous component daw nun must be taxed, no? Binenta mo less than fair market value. Di yung gratuitous portion yan, yung indirect donation, taxan natin. Anong tawag yan? Tax evasion theory po. Letter A. 41. Transfer tax on mortis causa applies to? Nag-apply bang mortis causa sa natural person? Yes. How about sa juridical person? Mali po. Pag namamatay ang corporation, binubuhay lang ulit, di ba? Wala namang, di ba pwede ka ng kandira, wala namang funeral expenses yan, di ba? So natural person lang. Pag donor's tax, pwede pareho. Diba? Pero in-skip na natin to para alam mo may idea ka na, no? 43. Alin daw dito ang pwedeng ma-exempt on the transfer of the basis of reciprocity? Kaya na nga lang ulit applicable ng reciprocity, non-resident alien, non-resident alien. To be specific, non-resident alien on intangible properties within the Philippines, no? Alin nyo tayo example ng intangible personal property? Ang sagot, lahat. O, may tanong ako sa inyo. Ang cash ba? Tangible or intangible? Sir, tangible yan. Kasi kung intangible yan, part yan ng dulo ng libro ni Balik sa Intakwan. Ang sagot mga kapatid, syempre iba ang tax sa ano? Sa IFRS. Ang tax kasi based sa batas. Tandaan na ang cash, it is, kahit na may barya yan, may papel, may barya, may papel, no? It is just a mere representation of your purchasing power. Hence, kung yan ay representation lang, substance over form. In form nakahawakan, in substance hindi. So cash, substance over form in taxation, it is intangible. Same with receivable. Intangible din yan. And same with shares of stocks. Intangible din yan. Di ba, sir, di ba ang shares of stocks may ano? May tawag din eh. Di ba ang shares of stocks ay may pangalan nito? May certificate of shares. Again, substance over form ulit. In form, nahawakan ng certificate of shares. In substance, that is just only a representation of your ownership of the company. Okay? 47. Alin daw dito ang hindi taxable on a global transfer of properties, no? So, kung hindi taxable ng global, hindi taxable lang within non-resident alien lang. Alin dito ang non-resident alien lang? Si letter C. Si A, ano to eh? NRC to eh. Letter A, resident alien. Letter D, resident alien. Di ba pag resident, di ba ang rule natin, kapag resident or citizen taxable within, resident, citizen, resident, taxable within and outside yan. Ito, NRA. C, only C. 49, which is not a characteristic of a donation inter vivos. Inter vivos to ha, so medyo donor's tax, medyo advance tayo ng konti, no? Ano dyan ang hindi characteristic ng donation inter vivos, mga kapatid? Oh. Can you guess what? Ang sagot is letter boy. Hindi inter vivos ang ano, inspired by thought of death, it is mortis causa. Diba? O 51, o saktong-sakto. 51, pambuelo natin, no? 51, pambuelo natin, no? Okay, actually ilang items na lang to, no? So, again, i-break muna natin ulit yung video natin para di masyadong malaki sana, no? Di nakakatamal panoorin na. I-break ko muna yung video para sa competition mismo, ha? Okay?